And she asked me if death sat next to you in a bar, looked you in the face, said the time is up, what would you say? My first question would be, oh, what took you so long? I sent the invitation long ago, you rejected me so many times. Sorry man, one last thing, can we just sit together for a bit, so I can finally have a friend, please? Oh, I don't mean to make you cry, but when I die, just box me off. I need no headstone, no names, no titles. I'm a piece of shit who will be forgotten anyway. My mind has been a war zone. At least I pray I find peace now. And if I die, no matter what, don't bring me back here. It's dark here, and I hate the dark. But at least I tried, even though I tried, with memories I would love to relive again. And she asked me if death sat next to you in a bar, looked you in the face, said the time is up, what would you say? My first question would be, oh, what took you so long? I sent the invitation long ago, you rejected me so many times. Sorry man, one last thing, can we just sit together for a bit, so I can finally have a friend, please? Oh, I don't mean to make you cry, but when I die, just box me off. I need no headstone, no names, no titles. I'm a piece of shit who will be forgotten anyway. My mind has been a war zone. At least I pray I find peace now. And if I die, no matter what, don't bring me back here. It's dark here, and I hate the dark. But at least I tried, even though I tried, with memories I would love to relive again. And she asked me if death sat next to you in a bar, looked you in the face, said the time is up, what would you say? My first question would be, oh, what took you so long? I sent the invitation long ago, you rejected me so many times. Sorry man, one last thing, can we just sit together for a bit, so I can finally have a friend, please? Oh, I don't mean to make you cry.
Yes, guy. Sorry, I'm trying to work on this sound. You know what I mean? I'm trying to get this all set up. But hey, welcome everybody. Welcome to my life. Okay. You know we do this every week. But today we're gonna be talking about a couple of issues. You know, a few topics we're gonna be talking about. So I want to say thanks to all of you for coming.
To make you cry, but when I die, just box me off. I need no headstone, no names, no titles. I'm a piece of shit who will be forgotten anyway.
Please share the live. If you're watching, please share the live. Invite your friends, invite other people. Share the live in every group that you're in. Alright.
My mind has been a war zone. At least I pray I find peace now. And if I die, no matter what, don't bring me back here. It's dark here, and I hate the dark. But at least I tried, even though I tried, with memories I would love to live again. And she asked me if death sat next to you in a bar, looked you in the face, said the time is up. What would you
Well,
say?
welcome, guys. Welcome. I'm just trying to set up my sound, to give a good quality sound. That's what I'm trying to do. But hey, welcome to the podcast tonight or this morning, depending where you are. Yeah, we're gonna be talking about a couple of the issues. Specifically, we're gonna be talking about the George Weah and the Sam Johnson soccer whatever that's been going on. So I want to have my input on it. So that's what we're gonna be talking about. But stay tuned, guys. Don't go anywhere, right? Don't go anywhere. Let's listen to this. Okay, stick around.
Listen here, Liberians. This right here goes to you all. Oh, yeah. Stop fighting one another. Unite and hold your leaders accountable. Pressure them for the future of your children. Yeah, yeah. In the quiet streets lies the children. The wind whispers pain. No guns are firing, yet our hearts bleed in the rain. Old man with 42 years, you stood tall and you swore, but the dream we believed in lies broken on the floor. Children go to bed with bellies full of nothing but air. Mothers wipe tears while the market stands bare. Corruption flows like the mighty St. Paul River wide, and tribalism whispers choose your side or step aside. Either you're in the circle or they throw you in the fire. Voices that once spoke truth now tremble and expire. Be careful who you vote for. Oh, Liberians, be wise. Your children's lives are hanging in the balance of your eyes. Vote with your heart and interest, not the stomach's empty cry. For the future is watching, and tomorrow never lies. Be careful who you vote for. Tomorrow's in your hands. Yeah. Prophet Key sits behind bars for daring to speak free. Honorable Yeke Koluba cast out for all the world to see. Journalists walk in silence, fear choking every word, while bike riders struggle and market women's dreams are blurred. We are not at war, yet the suffering cuts so deep. Our people are drowning while the powerful sleep. How do we get here, my beloved native land? From hope to this sorrow, from promise to quicksand. Be careful who you vote for. Oh, Liberians, be wise. Your children's lives are hanging in the balance of your eyes. Vote with your heart and interest, not the stomach's
Yeah.
for the future is watching, and tomorrow never lies. Be careful who you vote for. Tomorrow's in your
Yo, welcome everybody. Welcome. Let's see what we got here today. We're about to start, right? We're about to start. So we're gonna be talking about a couple of the issues, and I'm gonna be basing my focus on Sam Johnson, okay, the former Liberian national team player, the former New Star player. So I'm gonna be focusing on Sam Johnson today, right? Many of us might have said the post is circulating on social media. You know what I mean? Sam Johnson make a post, you know, trying to bash President George Weah for going out in America to support his son. And apparently that didn't go down well with Sam Johnson. And he decided to make a post to criticize President George Weah. And a lot of people have been coming up, the Liberian former goalkeeper Louis Creighton also came up, and out of hatred, he said a lot of hateful stuff, and he's trying to discredit what President Weah did for the Liberian national team. And This is what we keep saying. When you come to the argument with feelings, you're gonna be disgraced. And that's what happened to the former goalkeeper Lewis Creighton. You know, I don't know why will he come out this time in 2026 to discredit the effort of President George Weah for the national team. And sometimes this is what I say to Liberians. There's no point to argue over things that is not, meant to be something that is not even arguable. There's no point to argue. There's something called Google. You can just take your mobile phone and just get on the internet and Google every details of what you want to know. And if you don't want to read, you can go to ChatGPT. ChatGPT can do all of this for you within a second. Okay, just take 30 seconds to ask your questions, and ChatGPT is going to bring it all out to you. That's how we get information these days. There's no information that is hidden. Every single information is out there. So don't feel like you're giving me information and I cannot verify that information. So when people like Sam Johnson come up to criticize President Weah for supporting his son, Timothy Weah, who is an American citizen and decided to play for America, okay, as if what else? What else would you have this guy do? Honestly, the guy is an American. So do you want him to leave America to come and play for Liberia where there's no insurance, there's nothing, absolutely nothing? Is that how you want him to kill his soccer career? But I want to go to Sam Johnson, okay? Because people like Sam Johnson, who who are fortunate enough to play for the Liberian national team. And this is the thing. Why worry about other people's success when you could be worried about yourself? What have you done for the national team? I know you might have a couple of academy around the country, but how far are this academy? How many players have your academy produced to represent the Liberian national team? Those are some of the questions. When you want to throw stone, how can you be in a glass house and you want to throw stone? First of all, why would you even want to make President Weah your topic? Because President Weah is not in your league. President Weah has already paved the way. He has already laid the foundation. And everybody have their destiny in their hands. So President Weah did what he could. He went far because he was disciplined. President Weah was not an envious person. He was not jealous of other people. That's why he's keep getting blessed. Because people with good heart will always get the favor of God. So when people like Louis Creighton, who play for the Liberian national team, who also play in the George Weah 11, to come up in 2026 to criticize President George Weah, the same thing that he played for. That's it. That's a hypocrisy that we're talking about in Liberia. That's the hypocrisy we're talking about. We all know that growing up, President George Weah took the team, sponsored the Liberian national team. He was there paying for the training camp, the travel expensive, hotel accommodation, player allowance, bonuses, and equipment. This is not something that we need to argue about. This is all history that's been written. It's not like it was being done when there was no, uh, no one's taking notes. No, international community was taking note. International journalists was there. They were taking note. So for someone to leave, someone like Sam Johnson, who appearance for the Liberian national team, who appears 19 times, plays 16 goals and 16 games and score only 3 goals as a striker. 19 appearance for the Liberian national team, 16 cap, 3 goals. And that's the Sam Johnson who wants to open his instigator mouth. That's the Sam Johnson who want to talk, who want to criticize a legend, somebody who came from nowhere and conquered the world of soccer. The history that President Weah has set in soccer, no other African player has set that history. That's why President Weah is being loved around the world. But it's only in Liberia that President Weah is not being respected, or his effort is not being credited. Because Liberia or Liberians are very envious of one another. That's why it's very hard for you to see people leaving Liberia to go around the world and become successful, because they are very envious of other people. They don't want to see the success of other people. If it's not them, then it's no one else. So for somebody like Louis Critton, for somebody like Sam Johnson and other people to open their mouth, to open their stink mouth, to criticize President Weah on the land of soccer, that's just to tell you the hypocrisy in our country. Where have Sam Johnson gone in life? This guy had his opportunity. What did he do with the opportunity that was given to him by God? What did Sam Johnson do with the gold the golden spoon that was handed over to him? What did he achieve from soccer? Yes, he have academy in Liberia. How many players has he produced from the academy to represent the Liberian national team? 0. So I wasn't gonna talk about this, but people like Sam Johnson, they're not relevant, they're not important to talk about, because those are people. You see, this is a thing about Liberians. In Liberia, if you want to be noticed, if you want attention, it's very easy. Go on Facebook and just write nonsense about President George Weah. And that nonsense that you write is going to attract the enemies of George Weah, and you're going to be praised. So this is what we're saying. When President Weah stepped out of Liberia, he's being loved. People worship him. People appreciate him, what he had done for the world of soccer. But when he comes home in his motherland, the land that he fought for, what does he get? Disrespect. Idiots. People like Sam Johnson. People like Louis Critton. That's the sad thing about it. People like Louis Critton that play in the Liberian national team, that play under the umbrellas of President George Weah, to come out after 20 some more years to criticize George Weah, Meanwhile, every single one of them play on the international level. But because they love to party, they could not manage the little bit of cash that they were receiving. And today, most of the former players of the national team, they are nothing but a beggar. Yes, they are nothing but a beggar. So because the same President Weah, they felt that President Weah was going to be in the same category as them. But not knowing that when you are blessed by the Almighty, no man can stand against you. The blessing that President Weah had is so surplus. His movement is being approved by God Himself. So when you see President Weah moving around and people are making noise, that's to tell you how relevant the man is. That's to tell you how important President Weah is. He's not making a noise. He's making a move. And his enemy, you see, the best people to actually appreciate are your enemy. Because people who don't love you or people who pretend to hate you are those people who are guarding every movement or every step that you take. So the enemy of President Weah is living rent free in the hands of the enemy. So this is what we're seeing today. You could criticize President Weah on the line of his presidency. You could say, oh, President Weah did not do certain things that he meant to do. Yeah, then you have a point. But when you leave that line of the presidency to criticize President Weah on the line of soccer, then you are being deceitful. Because nobody in the right sense of mind will criticize President Weah when it comes to soccer. Nobody in the right frame of mind will criticize President Weah for what he has done for the Liberian people on the land of soccer. The Liberian national team were being supported by an individual, and that person is George Weah. Leaving Liberia, going to other country, travel expensive, accommodation, food, players allowance, things that was meant to be done by the LFA, by the government of Liberia. Things that was done that were meant to be done by them were being done by an individual. And today people are criticizing President Weah for not doing enough for the Liberian national team. And when I read Anthony Laffour, the post that he made, and I appreciate people like Anthony Laffour because they see him through the thin line and they appreciate, they are showing gratitude for what the presence of George Weah has done for them in their soccer career. Why are we worried about Sam Johnson, Louis Creighton, James Deba, people who went to play outside of Liberia but could not succeed? Or this, some of them succeeded, but they don't know how to manage their finances. At the end of the day, they came right back to Liberia and they're living as a beggar. And they are being used by politicians to throw stone. That's the saddest thing about it. Yeah, it is. It's very sad. When you listen to a video, an interview that was done, and Kevin Segment was saying, he said, President Weah, he said, George Weah is a symbol of Liberia. George Weah is like a national treasure for Liberia. And this is not about politics. We are speaking on the line of soccer. It's not politics. So we should not be carried away by our own hatred and criticize President Weah on the land of soccer. Yes. So Sam Johnson, you made your debut in I think was I think Sam Johnson made his debut for the Liberian national team. It was on the 14th of June or yeah, in 2015. Yes, in 2015, St. Johnson made his debut. And that game ended 2-1. Yes. Liberia suffered a defeat. That game ended 2-1. Liberia did not win that game. Okay. So since 2015 till the day he got kicked out because he did not retire from the national team. So a man who played 16 cap for the game, for the Liberian national team, were only able to score 3 goals out of 16 games. As a striker, you scored 3 goals. That's a disappointment. Even people who are playing on the park will score even more goals. But 16 appearances, 3 goals. Yes, it's 3 goals. 2016, you score your first goal. 2019, you score your second goal. And 2019 September, you score your last goal for the Liberia national team. And you want to criticize George Weah. Do you know that? I don't even know. Sometimes I just don't want to. So I just don't want to talk on some things. It's not important to speak. To take what people like St. Johnson right to make it important. A man who played 16 games as a striker and scored 3 goals. Imagine what sort of striker is that? So why so much hatred? Why so much jealousy? Why so much envy towards this man, George Weah? And I said this before. The war that came to Liberia was not George Weah. He did not bring war. Your family could not succeed, or your family was not successful in life. It's not George Weah. Your family was lazy. Your mommy and your dad was lazy. Your grandfather was lazy. As a result, you come out as a poor child. So it's not the fault of George Weah. So why so much hate? Why so much hate towards this person? Somebody who have a clear heart. Somebody who is down to earth. Somebody that loves the Liberian people. Why go against him? Why hate him so much? I don't know. This is a question that we really need to be asking.
And she asked me if death sat next to you in a bar, looked you in the face, said the time is up, what would you say? My first question would be, oh, what took you so long? I sent the invitation long ago, you rejected me so many times. Sorry man, one last thing, can we just sit together for a bit so I can finally have a friend, please? Oh, I don't mean to make you cry.
So before the fame, before the awards, before the politics, the Liberian national team often used to face some serious financial challenges. There was a time when players lacked proper allowance, right? Training camp were underfunded, and people say everything that they was the charged to the government are paid. Travel arrangement for international matches were difficult. We know all of this. We know. So why people trying to dismiss the truth? This is what I don't get. Historic, history can never be deleted. Once it's history forever. So people want to dismiss the goodness of President Weah. Is it because of politics? Is it because of personal reason? What really it is that people want to dismiss the goodness of George Weah? Because people that George Weah helped, people that he picked from the slum and brought them up, people that he gave their life, he resurrected their life, are the same people that will look at President George Manuel Weah and go against him. Meanwhile, this individual is out in the world. He's celebrated. So why so much hate from Liberian people towards this man? This is a question that we need to be asking. And this question deserves an answer. Yes. So why, or what is the reason for people that send Johnson to criticize President Weah for going to America to celebrate with his son, who was selected for the World Cup 2026, and that is going to be his second appearance at the World Cup. That is something that President Weah dreamed of, but it did not happen to him. He did not have the opportunity to play in a World Cup. But his own son, imagine a father should not celebrate his son, who is being celebrated in the city of New York. And Liberia said, why did President Weah celebrate? Because Timothy Weah does not represent, or he's not representing the Noon Star. Imagine a Liberia national team that play one game every 10 years. Because, look, how often does the Liberian national team play? How often do they win? Now they have a game against Sierra Leone. And the game is gonna be on Sunday, Australia time. What's gonna happen? Because Sierra Leone is a better ranking than Liberia. When President Weah was playing soccer, Liberia has the best ranking. Liberia was ranked number 8 among 54 different countries in Africa. Liberia was ranked number 8 and 66 in the world. So why people hate President Weah so much? Those are questions that we ask, and people be like, "Oh, those are Weahs." Yes, we are Weahs. A seditions and a Weahs. But we got to speak truth to power, right? So let's take politics out of this. Take feelings, take the emotions out of it, and address the issues as it is. Let other people say George Weah did nothing for the Liberian national team. It shouldn't be Liberians saying such a thing, right? So we listen to this. Let's listen to this song.
Listen here, Liberians. This right here goes to you all. Oh, yeah. Stop fighting one another. Unite and hold your leaders accountable. Pressure them.
So why are we fighting? Why do we always fight one another? Why can't we unite and come under the same umbrella and be our brother keeper instead of being our brother killer? Because what we're doing, the thing with envy and jealousy, it can lead to unwanted things. So why do we hate one another as Liberian? Why can't we embrace each other, appreciate the good, and criticize the bad, and build confidence in one another instead of bringing each other down? Other countries are lifting one another, but only a poor country like Liberia would rather fight one another instead of embracing your brother. Why do we do this to ourselves? When we were growing up in Liberia, young people was not even into politics because young people had other things to focus on. So they weren't into politics. But since post-war, everybody want to be a politician. And through politics, they become their brother hater. They hate one another. They have been brainwashed. At what point do we come to realize that the world is moving forward? It's about time that we start to work together and start hating one another.
And she asked me if death sat next to you in a bar, looked you in the face, said the time is up, what would you say? My first question would be, oh, what took you so long? I sent the invitation long ago, you rejected me so many times. Sorry man, one last thing, can we just sit together for a bit so I can finally have a friend, please? Oh, I don't mean to make you cry, but when I die, just box me off. I need no headstone, no names, no titles. I'm a piece of shit who will be forgotten anyway. My mind has been a war zone. At least I pray I find peace now. And if I die, no matter what, don't bring me back here. It's dark here, and I hate the dark. But at least I tried, even though I tried. With memories I would love to relive again. And
So, guys, I only came out here for a really short one, okay? Um, yeah, it's a really quick one. But one thing people need to understand is that history can never be erased. So no matter what people do, no matter how much you hate, no matter how much you fight your brother, history can never be erased. George Weah had his chance and he took advantage of it. And he became someone great in the world. Sam Johnson, you got your chance as well. What did you do with your time playing for the Liberian national team? What did you do for the Liberian people? What have you done for soccer? Yes, you have academy. People say I don't know about it, but I heard. How does the academy benefit the people? Or how many players have your academy produced for the Liberian national team? So people like Louis Creighton, who was a former goalkeeper for the national team, that played in a George Weah 11. Those, you see, that's why God is not blessing many Liberians. Because in order to be blessed, in order to be blessed, oh, sorry, guys. All right, let me end my show, guys. Okay, I got stuff to do, but I'm gonna finish my topic tomorrow. So let me stop here today, and we'll finish this topic tomorrow. Yeah.
And she asked me